Chicks. This week in Rock With Her Stop It, we're talking about two things. One, Russell Wilson and him spending $1 million on his body, and two, Safaree acting up and Erica acting up right along with him on the internet for them only to be posted up, bayed up, vacation later. So we want to know, one, are you rocking with venting to social media and then also coming back like just kidding? Or do we need to stop that? So let's start with Russell Wilson first, though. Now, Russell Wilson is an athlete. I completely understand. And he made a statement earlier this week, and he said that he spends roughly $1 million on his body a year. Now, the $1 million definitely includes personal trainers, chefs, massage, different type of therapies, all the things that he needs to, do his job. He has a very physically demanding job, which I completely understand. But I'm saying, does $1 million sound ridiculous to y'all, or do that sound about right? What y'all think?
No, I think
I
it's a
think that definitely sounds about right.
hmm when you think
I
about
think
how much
like
he gets paid a year. I don't know what his contract is, but
mhm.
if he could buy Sierra's rights to her music, I know he got a couple dollars stashed here or there. $1 million is really nothing for him, and at this point, it's just an investment into himself. And I think actually a lot of us, we don't have the $1 million budget, but we could do a lot better with investing back into ourselves, like whether it's like taking classes or getting a personal trainer, whatever, to just make your overall quality of life better. It's definitely worth it if you have the money.
and you gotta think like the he's getting top quality everything. So along with his personal trainer that he's paying for, he's also paying for the, top quality protein, supplements, all that, like is top quality. When he goes to, get facials, he's paying for that top quality, but he's also paying for the top quality products that he's being sold to. So I think a million is more than what I would think it would be.
Yeah. I think that million is probably honestly a small percentage of what he actually receives. He's one of NFL's best quarterbacks out there, and the Seahawks, they love Russell Wilson. Um, although the everyday person cannot spend $1 million on their body, I 100% agree with Shay that we really all should invest in ourselves, whether that's going to get a massage. And for me, example, I done had a massage for the past 2 months that I keep rescheduling because of a schedule conflict or because of whatever. But that honestly just reminded me that we have to be more disciplined with taking time for ourselves and taking care of our bodies, our vessels. Like we only get one body and it has to last us the rest of our lives. So we should definitely be taking the time, whether it's skincare or massages, to make sure you're working out the stress and all of the anxiety that we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Do something for yourself. When I saw that headline, that's what I initially thought. Like Russell Wilson is not only taking care of his body, but that's self-care to a T. So shout out to him.
Yeah, he also stated that he planned on playing in the NFL till he was 40, and I just feel like that's very intentional of him to consider his body now and what age and the things that he plans on bringing to it, because he knows there's going to be more, strenuous as he gets older. So, like you guys all said, I do feel like it's self care. At first glance, reading it as an average person, you probably like $1 million because $1 million to an average person sound like a lot of money. But to Shay's point, like that's probably a small percentage of his actual salary. And to Shani's point, self care is imperative. So I do think, as an athlete who has it, congratulations to him for investing and looking out for himself like that and planning to have a long, intentional career.
And when you think about it, we actually spend a lot of money as consumers. We probably all spend $1 million each year for real when we think about all of the things that we spend. If you actually went into your budget and said, okay, I spend this amount for groceries times 12 months, this amount for what I'm putting in my hair alone, black women in their hair alone, we spending money. It's really not that much money when you think about it. It just seems like a lot because we don't consider that we make that amount, but we overspend a lot.
I will say for someone who is in a relationship with someone who's a bodybuilder and a firefighter, um, when I first like seen how much he spent at the supplement store, I was like, this is like what? But like, being in a relationship and just kind of seeing it, like, I just think that that's why he's able to be so strong, why he's able to be so healthy, why he's able to, eat whatever he wants and still just is super healthy because he's, getting the things that I wouldn't have even known about, like your fish oils and your, just everyday supplements that you need that are expensive, but in the long run, it's good for the body. So I think we rocking with it.
Yeah, we rocking with it. All right, so the next thing that we want to discuss is I don't know if you guys were on social media, but earlier this week, shortly after Erica and Safaree have just celebrated their 1 year marriage anniversary, he had posted some picture in front of their house talking about he was a bachelor. He had tagged the house as divorce court, basically was being very petty. Erica came back. She made a post basically saying she don't need a man. She's not depending on man. Blah blah blah. So we like, oh, it's trouble in paradise. And then like a day later, they on vacation like nothing else happened. So we get it. Relationships have their ups and downs, and sometimes you don't really like the person that you with. But do you run to social media and let them know that you're upset with your partner, or do you keep that in house? What do y'all think?
I think you keep it in house, but as someone who, like, I think seeing how these relationships play out and seeing, whether it's the man who goes to social media first or the woman, it kind of allows you to go and dissect just what you would never, for me personally, what I would never put up with. Like, I think the Erica Mena and Safaree is very similar to, like, Ray J and Princess. Like, it's like the things that it's not just a simple, I'm upset with my spouse, it's putting all the business out there, and it's in a way that I just don't think you can really take it back because I don't look at them seriously anymore. And in these cases, I actually look at the man as more as the clown because I'm just like, you're supposed to be the leader. Like, why are you tagging your house as divorce court? Like, come on, you're corny. Like, don't do that. But I think also, she was just on here on the internet talking about, how come when it's a good guy, y'all so quick to call him corny because he is corny. We're not calling his personality corny as far as like he's a corny person. We're saying the things that he does is corny, and he just showed that we were right. He's corny. And so um me personally, I like the internet will never know like when there's trouble in paradise because I don't know, I'm not about that life.
I okay. I kind of feel both ways. I feel like there's definitely things that you need to keep private in your relationship or marriage that everybody don't need to comment on because that kind of clouds your judgment and how you should make decisions and love your partner when it should be between two people. But for them specifically, they literally get a check for this and I encourage it. One
Yeah.
is entertainment for us, these storylines, they getting ready to film again. They trying to build up the anticipation to see them on the next Love and Hip Hop season. But they get paid to post clothes, shoes, whatever type of foods they're eating. This is a check for them. If
Mhm.
I was had that type of platform, I'll be using everything I can, and half of it wouldn't even be true. Me and my partner will be sitting next to each other, kikiing while we posting some drama on the internet because it's bringing in funds. And that might seem messy or something, but if at the end of the day your home actually is happy, then what does it matter what anybody else thinks on the outside? Now, I will say I'm a little bit guilty of like, I guess like kissing and telling or, saying a little bit of things, but I'm more vague about it. I wouldn't be direct. Nobody would actually really know what's going on. They would just be able to allude to the fact that like, oh yes, something is going on between them. Um, because I can't help it. I talk too much. I just tell all my friends what's going on. I want to tell other people, and I'm like a Twitter freak. Like I'll be on Twitter just saying what I gotta say, and if the person read it, fine. If they don't ever see it, then oh well.
Yeah, for me personally, I guess I wouldn't rock with it. I'm literally as abusive as it gets. I don't even. I could be in a relationship. I could be married, and you probably wouldn't even know because I just am not a social media person. But I do understand when your relationship kind of spurred from a social media place, or like Shay mentioned, being on Love and Hip Hop, I can see the benefit in sharing that. And as you guys know, in Hollywood, no publicity is really bad publicity. I think what irritated me about this situation is, unlike the Cardi and Offset situation where kind of media dug up the information and shared it with us, it was just the fact that they were just like, hey, look over here, this is what's going on. And then like the level of petty with a divorce court over the house, and then Erica coming back. I didn't even know that was Erica because I didn't recognize her face, no shade, but it was just like, y'all are really, really trying it. Like, but I understand because we're also in the middle of a pandemic. I believe they both have OnlyFans pages. And again, publicity is publicity, and whatever gets you the traffic to your page so you can get those views for those paid posts, like Shay mentioned, like do what you got to do to get the coin. So, not my cup of tea, but I mean, again, if they like it, I love it.
Yeah, I'm here for all things entertainment. So although I don't rock with it personally, like I do rock with it for entertainment purposes. On a personal level, it depends on the platform. On my on my Facebook, Instagrams, and Twitters, I kind of try to keep stuff. Most of my pages are very like boring. I'll be honest. You will never get my personality across my social medias like you would in real life. So my pages, I probably don't tweet about my relationship stuff, and if I did, I would be like elusive or vague. But I do have a podcast, and on my podcast, I feel like that's a different platform. And if I want to get something off my chest, I'll get it off my chest, relationship included. So I just think for me, it just depends on what the platform is, and on in their particular situation though, I'm rocking with it because, like I said, I like to be entertained.
I'm all about getting a coin, but they both corny to me, so I'm just like, stop it. But get your coin, totally, because I'm gonna watch Love and Hip Hop.
You got to think about the history of Safaree and him just being known for Nicki Minaj's boyfriend slash hype man. He is all about doing anything to get a check. I can't say for sure if any of the relationships he's been in has been real. I mean, even the products he's endorsed, he's literally came out with a sex toy. So anything is a bag for him. I don't know if him and Erica Mena even like each other. We'll never really
Mhm.
know. And probably that vacation they went on was paid for these couple days of drama that ensued.
Maybe because it was her birthday or something. Well, all right. That's our opinions on it. You guys can let us know how you feel about it in the comments. Let us know how you feel about the self care. Let us know how you feel about the venting. Share some stories with us if you want. But you can leave those below in the comments. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Right.